Hello everyone and welcome to deck 2 of Free Day. Here we have another Legacy deck, believe it or not, I hope people are caring about Legacy, that I wanted to play but didn't have the cards for. The cards specifically that I don't have are the Retrofitters Foundry. But again, here on Free Day, I can play whatever I want. So this is kind of something I wanted to play both because I've done the Modern Ninjas deck in the past, and the Modern Ninjas deck isn't as competitive. It's kind of off the wall. It kind of also loses hard to Modern Horizons 2, whereas here in Legacy Land, this is an actual deck. So in Legacy, we have this commander card, Yuriko, the Tiger Shadow, that essentially allows you to flip your deck, and whatever it shows, you not only get to put in your hand, but also your opponent loses mana value equal to the card. And when you have a whole bunch of 4-drops, 5-drops, and a Murktide, you can really do some damage. It also has a backup in Retrofitter Foundry, in that you can turn your Ornithopters that you use to get your ninjas out into 4/4 constructs and continue to beat down in that way. Yuriko is also for every ninja that happens, so you kind of combo off a little bit. All Legacy decks are trying to do something a little unfair outside of Delver decks. We have the Ingenious Infiltrators to refill our hands, we have Snuff Out as a bit of removal, and we have Orcish Bowmaster because Orcish Bowmaster. But yeah, other than that, pretty basic deck. You have some Prismatic Vistas because you're playing a good amount of basics, a couple Underground Seas because this is still Legacy. And in the sideboard, we have some Torpor Orbs to try and stop Atraxas and cards such as that, Dampening Spheres to stop Stormy things, Grafdigger's Cage to stop Reanimator things, Surgicals to go after Graveyards again, Plague Engineers to go after Elps and Taxes, Elemental Blasts to stop red things, Hurkyl's Recalls to stop post decks and Karn combo decks, back to basics because haha, Brazen Barrer because they're just good, and Force of Negation to stop combo. Much like the other decks in this Free Day series, we're going to play 3 matches and not 5, just because I'm trying to make the most of the free day. So let's hop into some games. Join me, won't you? All right, we have won the die roll. We have Changeling Outcast into Yuriko. I mean, that's all the deck's trying to do. Let's see, we just get the Changeling Outcast down. I didn't play the Vista because I don't actually know how much of each color I want here. Aether Vial. Okay, so we're playing against some sort of Taxes or Stoneblade list. Now, Taxes and Stoneblade, the lines are getting real fuzzy on the difference between Taxes and Stoneblade here. I'm swinging in and we see if we can Yuriko. No Solitude? Great. Well, actually, they could still have a Solitude, I suppose. We flip a Swamp! Best ninja flip ever. All right. I feel like we had a very narrow window to get our point across, and we used it to flip a Swamp. That hurt. Champion of the Parish. Okay, Esper Sentinel. Well, well, darn! All right, let's go get another Swamp, I reckon, here. We're playing against mono-white humans. Oh, darn. Well, turns out we don't have another Swamp, and that's what happens when I rush trying to make these videos. You get to ponder, though, so we didn't completely punt it into the sun. Fatal Push seems pretty important. So, Brainstorm, Retro, Push. Shuffle Library, no. And then we essentially just try and, because, like, they're going to have an army next turn, and we try and stop them that way. I don't think they draw any cards, though, so I think the Bowmasters have literally done everything they're going to do. Because it's going to be... Ooh, okay. I thought it was going to be Athalia's Lieutenant. I mean, we're just going to throw the Orc Army token in front of this thing, I think. Oh, okay, there is Athalia's Lieutenant. As expected. Actually, no, we should. We should, because, like, trading Yuriko in single cards seems poor. Retrofitter Foundry, we knew about. So we spend 2 mana, Fatal Pushing Champion. That gets rid of the big thing for now. And then play Retrofitter Foundry, play Changeling Outcast. I mean, we get to get 1 swing in, and we do get to set it up with a Brainstorm, but it's not terribly impressive, if I'm being honest. I mean, we're going to be able to get to, like, draw and Yuriko and all that, but it would be nice if we could do more than that. Also, where were all these creature-based decks when I was playing Shadow the other week? I did, like, a full 5-match video on Shadow. Ran into nothing but combo. Another Lieutenant, that's kind of rough, actually. You know, suddenly everybody wants to play. Oof, okay. So here's that army I was talking about. Brutal Cathar. Ugh, that's rough. Ooh, boy. We got taken to town. Woof. I mean, these guys don't draw cards. The Bowmaster's done already everything it's going to do. We take 4. Next turn, we get to draw a single card off of Ingenious Infiltrator. I don't know, maybe brainstorm, see if we can find something better. Another ingenious infiltrator. That's not exactly what we're wanting to do. So I guess we want the land before we want a second retrofitter. This is rough because we know what we're going to draw now. We have no way of shuffling. So swing. Are we just dead actually? So 5. You know, I'm just going to assume we're dead here and move on to the next game because we know what we're going to draw. So there's really no benefit here. Yeah, no, we were so dead in the water. All right. Torpor Orb, Plague Engineer. Yeah, that's about it, huh? We're going to be going first. What's bad? The dazes don't do a ton, do they? We're only taking out 2. Because once they have the, because they have both Heaven of Souls and they also have Aether Vial. So I guess this is fine. All right, I would love to play first. Ugh. I mean, it has the Torpor Orb, though, and we have 2. This might be risky. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to try and stump them with the Torpor Orb. If we can find lands off of our cantrips here, that's going to be the best. So we'll brainstorm to give us the most options. Okay, so we found some lands. The Bowmasters don't actually do a ton, so we'll put those back. And then next turn, we get to just play the Torpor Orb and then try and stop our opponent. So they're going to be able to get... Oh, S%. They're going to draw 1 card off a Torpor Orb, but then after that, their creatures don't really do anything. We'll go get, I guess, Swamp. And yeah, buddy, you get to draw a card. But I'm hoping you didn't bring in that flash guy that can kill artifacts, because if you did, you just win. Some sort of... Oh, are we seeing him immediately? If we're seeing him immediately, that's so sad. Another S%. Oh, that's fine. So the Bowmasters, actually, we know we're not going to draw another land. Otherwise, this Plague Engineer would have been an absolute just powerhouse. We could brainstorm and risk it. I see no need to. I'm just going to stem the bleeding a touch here. Get rid of... Oh! Bowmaster doesn't trigger because of Torpor Orb. You fool! Wow, I am bad at the game of Magic. Now they have it? Oh no, okay, they're playing some kind of redrop. Another Esper Sentinel, sure. Boy, Copper Code Vanguard, sure. Boy, do I wish I could get 1 more land super quick here. But we're not going to draw a land. We're going to draw another... useless Bowmaster. Can't believe I womboed myself like that. Eureka, how did that happen? Oh no, we did shuffle 1 away. Okay. What do we do now? I guess we brainstorm. You get to draw 2, which doesn't feel great, but we kind of have to set this up. Wow, we didn't find another land. We did find Murderous Cut, though. You are... Oh, no, but now they have Ward. Oh, they have Ward. We'll put the 2 brainstorms back. Cast, Changeling Outcast. See, here's where it feels bad, because if we had just a little bit more luck, if I'm being honest, we would have been able to do this a little better. We can brainstorm again and put the Murderous Cut. No, we can't, actually. We should have put the Murderous Cut second down for when the Eureka flip happened. Brutal Cathar. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, wait, no. Haha, doesn't do anything. Let's go Torpor Orb. Get hit for 6, though, man. You're just getting taken to town. I mean, we can kill 1 thing next turn, but that would draw them 2 cards. Again, I feel like we were close on this one, but we really needed to find the 3rd land for Plague Engineer, and we didn't, and there's really no getting out of that. Why would you Surgical the Bowmasters? They don't do anything. Oh, no, you're shuffling our deck! Okay. So they're shuffling our deck, and now if we find the land, the Plague... Oh, no, but we didn't. Oh, no. So we Fatal Push, they draw 2. They didn't even attack. That's interesting. I do. I think I just have to Eureka and just hope to find a land. I wonder if they just didn't realize Changeling Outcast can't block. Eureka. I mean, we could really use to find Murktide right about now. I've never been more happy to find a land. Please continue to ignore the fact that Changeling Outcast can't block. Because next turn we get down Plague Engineer, and I think that's how we swing a bit. Adeline. Ugh. Well, we're gonna get hit for a lot. Oh man, this Plague Engineer, if we live, is really gonna give it to them. 2, 4, 6, 9. We're gonna get hit for so much. Plus, doesn't Adeline... Yeah. So we get hit for 11? That's so rough. All right. So we get to... I don't know why we get to do this. And name human. All right. So that got rid of a bit, but not everything. And now kind of have to hope Changeling Outcast gets us there. All right. Changeling Outcast, please. No! Why is it always a land deck? Why is it also the wrong color land? Oh, boy. I think we do it like this, and we play the Ornithopter. as a blocker. Just clench our butts for impact. Does they just bounce Yuriko? Or not? What are you doing now? I thought they would have just used Caracas, bounce Yuriko. I only have 2 blockers. They swing in for lethal. I have to... Oh, apparently our opponent doesn't know what Caracas does. Is there anything else I want to change? I don't think so. Maybe we take out the final days and we put in another brazen just because they're helpful, and we try that. Okay, so against all odds, we made it to game 3. We probably shouldn't have, truth be told. This has the Retrofitter Foundry thing, which hopefully is fast enough. So turn 1, 2 Ornithopters and a Retrofitter Foundry, and we turn them into 4/4s. Please don't be Esper Sentinel. Okay, cool. Cool. So now we just try and go big stompy. So Island Retrofitter Foundry has 2 Ornithopters. One of the Ornithopters is going to turn into an Ingenious Infiltrator. The other one's going to turn into a 4/4. It's funny how they chose this last one at the end to not cost any mana. Almost like they wanted to have exactly this occur. Because Ornithopters existed since antiquity, so been around a minute. But how many things do you play out now, opponent? Champion of the Parish, sure. I have a second thing. None that you're going to let me see for free, which is correct. Sack this guy, turn him into a 4/4. Another Ornithopter, don't say. I think we do Ingenious Infiltrator. While we could Brazen Bar like the Aether Vial, I think we're just going aggro. Yep, sure. Esper Sentinel, pumping that thing. They're not gonna block. All right, black blue, Genius, pull back our Ornithopter. We deal them 6, draw card. Ponder, replay our Ornithopter, which is going to turn into another 4/4. Now, next turn, our opponent does get to deploy pretty heavily. We do have Brazens to try and even the field up a bit. If they get down the thing that gets everything Ward 1, that's kind of annoying. Another Aether Vial, okay. It's actually a good sign. Oh, is it now? Now they have Ward 1 and they get +1/+0? Oh, yeah, sure. Please attack. Please attack. Nope. All right. So we get to crunch another Ornithopter. We draw. We can't Brazen anymore, though. Oh, you know, I tell a lie. Go get us a swamp. We're just going to Petty Theft the Champion. They do get to draw a card, but we're just trying to temple them at this point. Nope. And we just attack with our stuff, because if they want to give up on Esper Sentinel... Actually, no, we get to get both. If they want to give up on all their creatures for 1 Ingenious Infiltrator, game on. What? They didn't block at all. Oh, boy. We still get a blocker in Ornithopter, and then we get to crunch it into Retrofitter Foundry. And then we have 3 4/4s. Actually, do we even do that? Because we have a Yuriko now. Here comes Champion again. They get down some stuff, but I guess we'll have to see what their board looks like at the end of this. Another Esper rough. I mean, I'm definitely blocking. They must have a Brutal Cathar? I honestly don't think I hash that in for a Construct token, because I think the Eureka is just a better play. Force of Will, that also changes very little. Cool. So we attack with everything. They have to chump the 2 Construct tokens. I bet you they have some sort of Brutal Cathar in their hand. Yeah. I guess actually we did miss lethal a little bit, because we had a Brazen Borrower we could have played. So there goes that guy. Huh, this actually changes things a bit, doesn't it? Oh, they didn't block anything? Interesting. They just die, right? I don't see how they come back from this, because they didn't block, and we win the match. I think my opponent was not familiar with Legacy. Let's go on to match 2. All right. No. We lost the die roll, by the way. Is any better? We have a Retrofitter Foundry. We have some Permission Magic, and that's it. Let's try one more time. Okay, well, that's the best we're going to get, apparently. Get rid of Ponder. Get rid of Fatal Push, I suppose. I think we just bricked. See what our opponent is up to. They are playing some sort of Dark Depths deck. Okay, good to know. All right, well, we found an Ingenious Infiltrator. Now if we can find a cheap creature, that'd be great. Oh, it loses its mana symbol because now it's an Island Forest. Oh, now it's an Island Forest Swamp. That actually helps us quite a bit. Sylvan Scryer. Sure. Or Safekeeper, not Scryer. Fun fact, I am dyslexic. All right. Brainstorm. What do you got for me? Permission Magic, which doesn't really do a ton against depthy stuff. No creature still, which is rough. We give up on Days. Yeah, give up on Days. Draw the land. Play Polluted Delta. I'm just going to pass. Because we can Petty Theft, but Sylvan Safekeeper is really not a juicy target. Ugh, Dark Depths immediately. All right, so crack this. Go get an island. Then Brainstorm again. Man, we are finding nothing. Underground Sea, Ponder. Cool. We find the Ponder. Shuffle away the Underground Sea. Get another island, because all of our islands are also swamps. Ponder? Murderous cut Ornith. So that's definitely the bottom. We Murderous Cut this thing now. Probably. No, darn it. Did it the wrong way. Shuffle library, no. I touched the card I wanted, not the card I wanted to put on top. They have Sylvan Safekeeper, so there's really no better target for this, which is sad. So cast Petty Theft on Sylvan Safekeeper. I doubt they're going to sacrifice one of their lands to help us here. Oh, they are gonna. Oh no, what are they doing now? Endurance. Sure. Get rid of our graveyard, which doesn't really do much, but to be fair, we didn't really do anything either. And now they have an Endurance, which, yeah. I didn't want to get rid of Ingenious Infiltrator because then we literally have nothing. Here comes Sylvan Safekeeper. Please attack. Great. All right. Murderous Cut. We knew about that. How did they know about that? I guess we could still Murderous Cut if we want. Do we have to yet, though? I don't think we have to. The final island here. Go to combat. Swing with Ornithopter. I mean, it's the only swing we're going to get in with Ingenious Infiltrator here, if Ingenious Infiltrator lives, because they could have Wombos on us. Trophy? Seems like they've chosen not to care, which seems correct to me. I mean, they're on 18. I draw a single card. Prismatic Vista. Yeah, that doesn't do a ton now, does it? Now our Force of Will doesn't even work. I mean, I'm hoping they just don't have a way to go get the Thespian stage. Yeah, now they go kill off our thing. Abrupt Decay, that guy. Okay. It was Abrupt Decay. That's why they couldn't get the ninja. Also, it didn't matter that our Force of Will doesn't work. Wasteland. Well, I got some bad news, opponent. Wow, just no fear, huh? Changeling Outcast. Well, that might do something later. For right now, we get them to sacrifice a land. I think we get them to sacrifice a land. In black, then Murderous Cut, the Endurance. I have a mana floating because I'm silly. Do they sacrifice Wasteland? Because there's no way they let this go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Crop rotation. Interesting. Thespian Sage? Yeah. Is there anything we can do about this? No, I think that's game. Let's go to game 2. All right. Against lands. Raisin's good. Basics are good. That's about it, though. I don't think Dampening Sphere does anything. Bowmasters really have no... Oh, they have a handful of targets. Not very good targets. We continue to want our removal, I reckon. Surgicals are okay. They're not great. But what's bad is, I guess, Dazes. Get Dazes out. Try and go for something a little bit more punchy, shall we say. So let's try this. All right, what do we got? We have an aggressive start. I think the thing about this deck is if you have the aggressive start, you should really keep the aggressive start. So we go with Island into Retrofitter Foundry, the 2 Ornithopters, and we're going to learn together. This is literally the second match I've ever played with this deck. We're going to see if going aggro against Depths is the correct move. Now, there is a version of this deck called Turbo Depths, I say as he starts playing Moxes. Oh man, are we about to get taken to town? I guess they can just kill our Retrofitter Foundry with an Abrupt Decay or a Trophy. I mean, we'll get 1 activation out of it. Elfish Reclaimer, sure. That's not what I was worried about, because I get to keep my Foundry now. And at this point, we're just trying to race. Please don't draw land. Murderous Cut. Don't think we're actually going to be able to get to use that. So just go fast, break things. No way they block. Yeah, didn't think so. This would be better if it was Eureka. All right, we deal them 6. We draw a card. Please draw something of note. We draw a land. Okay, well, we're going fast, but I think they might go a little faster. Oh, did you? Oh, no, they did have a land. Okay. So they get to start the Elfish Reclaimer dance. Or that. That is unfortunate. Well, they're not doing anything yet. Question is, can we Murderous Cut? Oh, we have a Fatal Push. Okay. Okay. So Fatal Push this thing. No reason to kill the Haywire Might. Actually, I guess there is, to force them to do it before combat and not block the Ingenious Infiltrator. We got the Thespian Stage. Okay, well, we got rid of at least that thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we do have enough to do it. So Murderous Cut, Haywire Might, and force them to do it before combat. Let's see what they blow. They're probably going to blow up one of the Construct tokens, gain 2 life. But this way, it also can't block. Oh, wait, no, they're out of mana. Oh, they scoop. We make it to game 3. All right, we learned something today. Go as fast as you can, and sometimes that works. I don't think there's anything we want to change. I think we just really hope. I mean, do we take 2 Bowmasters out because they really don't draw cards and put in 2 Dazes to try and stump them a little bit? Let's split the difference. Let's do that and try it. No small creature. No small creature at all. Hello, Orcish Bowmaster. I guess this is fine. It's not great, it's fine. Put back one of the Ponders and see what we draw, I guess. It's not as aggro as last game. It really doesn't have a bold plan. It's one of those things where everybody's putting Bowmasters and everything now. And in this deck, I can see, like, yeah, you keep picking it up and putting it back down, but I don't know if that's actually better than like Ninja of the Deep Hours or, you know, Circuit Hacker. Murktide Regent. I don't think the Changeling Outcast is particularly helpful right now, not without setting up our deck a bit. Okay, so we found Yuriko, which is nice. So we put back Bowmasters, we put back... No. So we put back... No, actually, we're gonna have to brainstorm again, huh? So we put back Bowmasters and we just straight up give up on it. We put back Yuriko so they can't find it. We do that. And then next turn, we get to Changeling Outcast and set up Yuriko to try and dome them for 7 with Murktide. Right? Everything's a forest now. Get Yuriko back. We play this. We play the Changeling Outcast. There's really no benefit to brainstorming now at this point. There's no way they have Bowmasters, but brainstorm's still an instant. Our opponent's not exactly playing counterspells. Oh, well then, opponent. Man, suddenly I want that Bowmaster. Put back Murktide Regent, put back Ponder. They kill our Changeling Outcast, and then on our turn, we kill their Bowmaster and replay a Changeling Outcast. Thus going to show you that Oakrish Bowmasters is in everyone's deck. They come in swinging, oh for sure. That means we actually are running out of turns. Hey now. So we play Prismatic Vista. We play our own Bowmaster. Get their Bowmaster. Drop rotation. Oh no. I think we just die. Oh, I thought they were just going to go get the combo. Fascinating. So they decided to not do that. Okay. Bit of swamp. Well, we still can. Play Changeling Outcast. And then next turn we get to Yuriko. I mean, we gave up on the Murktide region is the thing, but we do get to blind Yuriko. Oh no, it's because they just had it in hand. So we literally have this turn to deal them 20 or to get flying blockers. So I think that's the sad trombone sound of going 1-1. Oh no, we found a blocker. Okay, so first things first. Swing with Ornithopter, or rather swing with the Changeling Outcast, turn it into Yuriko. Can't block with Shaw. I mean, really, unfortunately, the best thing we can do is deal them 5. Watch it be a land. I hate it when I'm right. Flooded Strand, play Changeling Outcast, play Ornithopter as our blocker. Now we're in just hope mode. All right, we can't Ponder because then they get to kill the Changeling Outcast, and we are trying to still Yuriko them. But we do have one activation left with Yuriko before we get Merit Lodged out of the game. And we do have Brazen Borrowers that we might find. So we're not, like, ridiculously dead unless they kill if they kill the Ornithopter, that's just the match. That's game, set, and match. All right, no, we get to block. Just swing out with everything, buddy. They saw through my plan. Block with Ornithopter. All right, that goes down for the count. We shave our deck a bit. I don't see it does not matter. Foundry. No, we don't have a servo. Let's thin our deck a little bit more. Another C. Yeah, no, the only thing we have is Changeling Outcast, huh? We couldn't Ponder because then Orcish Bowmasters just kills the Outcast. We flip a land! The trend continue. Okay, so the only hope we have here is to Ponder into something useful. They do get to kill our Changeling Outcast. None of that does anything. Any order, shuffle, brainstorm. Okay, we're going down swinging. We still have one more chance here. I mean, they get to brainstorm us to death, essentially. Oh, man. No, because now even if we find the Brazen Bar or Merilage still kills us. So that is the match. We're 1-1. Let's go to the final match. All right, here we are in match 3. We are currently 1-1. We have a hand that has way too many lands. Our opponent goes first, and they kept 7. I think this has too many lands for us. All right, let's try it. Let's give up on the Bowmaster, because we kind of have everything else. Please just pass. Please. Pretty please. Extra please. Large piles of please. Hey, our opponent is kind and has chosen to pass. All right, land would be great. Okay, that actually works. Play Underground Sea, play Changeling Outcast, hope we don't get wastelanded. We also have a Snuff Out if they're like a Delver deck and they get to play whatever. Opponent needed land, chose not to crack, continuing not to crack. All right, now they finally have to give up some information. Basic Island, they have given us nothing. What about now? Basic Swamp, it's a mirror match. Infernal Tutor, when they have 5 cards in hand. I think that's fine. We're playing against some kind of Storm deck. So they wanted a second Petal. Okay, so they have 2 Petals in hand now. Hopefully we can well time our Force of Will to kind of get them out. Ornithopter. Well, that'll be useful for later. We swing in and we Ingenious and we hold up Force of Will. All right, draw something good. We only draw swamps with our ninja activations with this deck. That seems to be what's happening at the moment. Opponent almost skips through their entire turn. All right, they're going to try and storm off now. Question is, do they have counters in their hand? Because if they have ad nauseum, like that's how they try and win it, right? But if I counter their ad nause, can they still do it? Dark Ritual, sure. Ad nause, all right. Are your last 2 cards Force of Will plus blue card? Or just a Daze? A Daze gets us 2. Hey, okay. So we get them for the time being. Matic Vista. We'll play that. Continue to thin our deck. Go get an island. Attack with just the Ingenious Infiltrator. We draw a Fatal Push, which is dead against our opponent's deck. Starting next turn, though, we do get to start drawing 2s, which is nice. But if they can go off again, like, we just lose. Yeah, no, go off, I guess. Dark Ritual again. Do they really have it again? I didn't know this deck played more than 1 ad nause. Lions, oh, so the last thing's another Infernal Tutor. Wow. Do they have another ad nause? I mean, if this is just 10... Oh, Beseech! Oh, no! They Beseech for, Gaia. Oh, man, they got us. So, just in case you've never seen this before, Beseech has really made these Storm decks go off better now, because now they get to recast everything. And at this point, the Storm counts 7, I'm at 18. I don't actually think they need to go much further than this, because they can just Infernal Tutor for Tendrils and just get us. So, we'll let them show it off, because... you know, they did get us fair and square here. Wow, Beseech is such a good Storm card in Legacy. Yeah, go off. Yeah, there's Tendrils. Boy, howdy. That was brutal. All right. Dampening Sphere, Graph Digger's Cage, Surgicals. I don't think basics do much. Force Negation. What comes out? They don't actually draw a ton, do they? So Orcish Bowmasters probably don't do. Brazen Bar doesn't really do anything. So all of our removal just kite out. Hey, just got to get rid of one thing. Get rid of one Orcish Bow, I suppose. And try it like that. All right, we would love to play first. Sure. So we're going to play the Graph Digger's Cage first, just because they can go off turn 1 now. And dude kept a 7 land. So he can still get us without the Gaia's Will, but this at least slows them down for half a tick while we try and set up. All right, opponent's going to take a second here. We draw a Flooded Strand. We do want to continue to shave here. We're just going to pass and see if they brainstorm. I mean, I doubt it. Or Artifact lands. Duress. Like it's our Brainstorm or a Retrofitter Foundry. I don't think we care. I mean, we would be brain locked either way. Let's get out the Bowmaster now. See if I can get them into making mistakes. Please don't have Brainstorm. They were about to see it anyway. Yeah, they have Brainstorm. Yeah, because like they would have seen it with Duress and then they would have just been able to play around it. I would take the Brainstorm because we don't have any Thopters for Retrofitter Foundry. Their hand is sculpted now, which I don't like to see. But perhaps launching that Bowmat, I guess they would have just waited until their end step because it's not like we would have just sat there and held up Matt to try and deal them another 3 rather. Oh, they took Retrofitter Foundry, sure. Sure thing, bud. All right, now unfortunately we have to slowly beat our opponent to death. Days. All right, well, first things first. Kitty Storm, Force of Will, another Bowmaster. So actually, if we put back Changeling Outcast, we put back the land they know about. How important are our land drops? Because we're not actually going to shuffle our way. So I guess we'd rather have the creature first. Lay this out. I guess we do this now as well. Get them for another 1 off the Orc army token. Now their cantrips are pretty painful. I'm really hoping they can't just go off next turn, though. We do have a Daze and a Force of Will, so we can kind of choose how we want to stop them a bit, but we'll see. So here they go. A Bayou, you say? Apparently back to basics would have been awesome. Carpet of Flowers. Yeah, no, you get to do that, opponent. Get to have all the mana. They pass so they can get the mana, and they're definitely going to try and go off at this point. I don't see them playing out Carpet of Flowers and not going for it. I think our opponent's doing some math here. Because you get 2 more of whatever color. They probably need to figure out what color they need. Opponent thinking excessively about what color they need. Okay, they're back. Duress. I think in the case of Duress, we pass this by returning an Underground Sea to our hand to see if we can get them to spend 1 more mana. Because if we can get them to spend 1 more mana, that might knock them off their math. Did they see through my ploy? Okay, they do want to... So here's the thing. We could have spent both our cards hard countering the Duress, but then we have no cards in hand. And it would have been the same outcome. All right, do they Beseech now? Because they should be able to Beseech for something decent. They have to kill the cage, though, if they want to go off with the graveyard. They're already at Storm Count 5. So I suppose if you just get Lion's Eye Diamond, you can do that? What's going on? How? Oh, there were 2 Beseech the Mirrors. Okay. Okay, that's what happened. You're Changeling Outcast. Rough. Okay. I was so confused for a second there. Empty the Warrens does kind of get us hard. Yeah, we're just in defense mode. I set my monster down in defense mode. We get to take out 3, we take 13, and then next turn we die. So they Beseeched for Beseech, and then they played Empty the Warrens, which is quite the play, I have to say. Blockety, blockety, blockety. We have the Changeling Outcast if we happen to draw like our one ninja, but I don't see how we get out of this at this. Nope, alright, wrap up time. Alright folks, I hope you enjoyed the second video in our Brian Records Things Quick series. Ninjas. It's an okay deck. I don't think it should be your first Legacy deck. I don't think it should be your only Legacy deck. It's fun, it's off the wall, it's something different. As you saw, we did win a match. Admittedly, we won a match against somebody who didn't seem to realize how Caracas worked, but we did win a match. So it is still a worthwhile archetype. I think things like Orcish Bowmasters feels like a bit of a trap, doesn't it, folks? It feels like a bit of a trap in that with Orcish Bowmasters, you put them in because they're great. Like, you saw us, like, have to deal with an Orcish Bowmaster in a Depths deck. But they're not ninjas. They're okay to ninjutsu because they have an entry ability. We even womboed ourselves with Torpor Orb. I don't know about the Bowmasters. And again, I'm not great at Magic, as seen by the 1 and 2 record here. If you have a list you want me to play, go ahead and email me at heydummyplay... Oh no, it's over here now. heydummyplaythis@gmail.com. That's heydummyplaythis@gmail.com. I'm going to try and record a few more videos today while the cards are free. But thank you guys for joining me on this quick little jaunt into Legacy Ninjas, and I will catch you next time. Later.